hired as an NFL head coach is a coronation, a triumph of decades of grinding and yearning. But then, coaches realize the pressures of that first press conference speech.
Again? The words you have can't do justice for what you're thinking and feeling. You know, for, me personally, that you're saying, okay, well, let's surmise this goal that you had from like 4.5 to now.
The Texans' new head coach, DeMeco Ryans.
First off, when I go into the press conference, I'm not expecting to see as many people, so many people, all eyes on you. So there's a little pressure there, a little nervousness.
Honestly, man, it's hard for me to write things down. Man, I'm going to write down, I'm going to build this speech. It's more about what comes to me in those moments. And I can sit up here and give you coach speak all day long. I can give you, hey, we're going to win this many games. I can't. None of that matters, and you guys don't want to hear it anyway. You've had enough of that, so excuse my language. And then, obviously, the team, man, that you're walking into, this is their first exposure to you, so you just want them to get a little feel of who you are and, what you're about. We're going to kick you in the teeth, all right? And when you punch us back, we're going to smile at you, and when you knock us down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off, all right? And we're going to stand up, and then it's going to take 2 more shots to knock us down. All right, and on the way up, we're going to take your other kneecap, and we're going to get up, and then it's going to take 3 shots to get us down. And when we do, we're going to take another hunk out of you. Before long, we're going to be the last one standing.
Some coaches' pledges are a little more family-friendly.
We're getting a dog. We're going to Disney World. And Lord knows what else has been promised since you guys got here. The pediatrician told us with our kids that they were allergic to dogs, so that quickly was a no, so Disney it was.
Seahawks coach Mike McDonald had to call an audible too after he forgot to pack a change of clothes for his first press conference.
And so I brought clothes for the interview, and then I get there the next morning, we're having trying to staff, and all of a sudden I find we're walking in. I was like, well, maybe I'll just put the blazer over the hoodie, and I looked in the mirror. I was like, well, you don't look like an idiot, so let's go for it.
All right. All about the fit, though, right? With the Raiders, you can go silver or black, or you just go all black. Decided to go all black, deliver the message that I had started with the team and the staff.
Got it?
And try to make it as personable as possible. That way, there's always that relationship. People are like, man, I can relate to that guy. Yeah, he's one of us. We always end all our victories a certain way in the locker room. So we got a packed house here. We'll see how everybody's vocal cords work. So stay with me. You ready? Raiders! Yeah, now we warmed up. See, that's what we're talking about.
Practice makes perfect. The second time behind the opening presser lectern was a lot easier for Andy Reid.
I think the first one there in Philly was probably a lot different than the second one in Kansas City. Had a lot of water under the bridge by then. So that first one, I was probably a little bit nervous going in. It's a rough crowd. I had been in the league long enough to know that. So I was glad Vicek Ahima was there. He had thrown me a couple softballs. He's one of my ex-teammates. So that's a great question. The question is my version of this package, and we all hear about this quote-unquote West Coast 49er package.
I put no pressure on myself for the introductory press conference. It's the thing that I'm really not even trying to win. My favorite show growing up is The Rockford Files. It's still my favorite show. Ted Lasso has now tied The Rockford Files, but that was me as a kid. I mean, it's all driving that Camaro around L.A. and car chases, and Plus, I just thought James Rockford was just the coolest guy ever. And his name was Jim, and my name was Jim, and he lived in a trailer in Malibu, 29 Cove Road, Malibu. I wanted to, always wanted to get that drive the Firebird that he had, but I never got one of those. But I did get an RV. I want to drive my RV out and go to a trailer park, like down by the water or by Disneyland. There'll be 2 that I've researched that are close to the facility, and I want to Jim Rockford it for for the next couple months until we move to the new facility. I have that thought going through my head.
And I was able this off-season to stay in an RV by our facility.
Nothing will make you feel more like a dad than when you figure out how to, dispose of the waste. That was a seminal moment for me.
A sense of accomplishment. That first head coach press conference puts a football life in perspective.
Lastly, I want to thank my family. I put you guys through a lot the past 6-7 years. You guys have sacrificed so much. We get to sit here and look at each other and know that you guys have been every bit a part of getting us to this moment.
I can tell you it seems an awful long time ago, even though it was only, a little over 2 years. It's a nice little check-in, kind of, centering back on what's most important.
To my 2 wonderful children, thank you for being good today.
My kids are right there, my wife's right there, and all these people that have sacrificed a lot for me to do this job, and you get to see them, and just all of a sudden you're like, oh man, this is harder than I thought it was going to be.
I'll get it together in a second, don't worry.
Just to have the opportunity to be up there, flashing through your mind all of the different contributors in that process.
All right, Brandon. First order of business, I want to be able to look at myself in my office. Good.
Awesome.
My wife, Katie McDaniel. We've come a long way. We got a long way to go.
Let's go.
And my daughter, Ayla June McDaniel. You're a miracle, and I can't wait to see what you grow into. Now back to what we're all here for. So football.